You wake up, put on your headsets, play a 3-hour podcast, play Empty Street, go to the store, you order your things like Amazon. No one's bothering you. You know?
Yeah. It's just you.
You don't even have to do the mental math because you see him
Yeah.
there. Okay, $500. Okay, you're listening to your podcast. Get to the till, you pay. You don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
You go back to your place, open the door, switch on your Netflix. You still haven't.
You've just stepped into An Empty Street, a podcast where we casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just three curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street podcast.
In 3, 2,
1.
rolling. Welcome to the Empty Street podcast.
Yeah. Another
Back,
day,
man.
another Tuesday.
Another week.
Yeah.
Another one. Like Khaled.
Yeah, man.
Like we always say, we're not walking alone. We come bearing gifts, and we'll let the gift unwrap itself.
Yeah. So my name is Psy. Go by many names. You could call me sci-fi, psychedelic, but to keep it short, you can call me Psy. I'm a creative, I'm an artist, I'm a visionary. Future many things, philanthropist, billionaire, whatever. But today I'm here with the gents, with the homies, and we're going to give you a dope episode, some dope content. Yes.
Dope stuff. Thanks for pulling through that. Thanks.
Good to have you on the episode.
Yeah.
So,
Jump right into it.
What are we talking about in fun?
alright, so today we're going to talk about something very, very interesting, right? Which is the evolution of artificial intelligence. So it's a very, very interesting thing that everyone should know about. So we're going to break down a few things. We're going to talk about ChatGPT. It's very popular now. Have you guys been using it like recently?
Like
Use
crazy.
it a few times.
What do
Now
you
I've
think
been
of it
using
so
like
far?
Crazy. Too good to be true.
Too good to be true.
Yeah. It's too good to be true. What do you think?
Yeah, dude. I think based on what I've used it for so far, it's, as you say, too good to be true, but it's also crazy that someone can spit out something so accurate based on what you're looking for, you know. Because Google will give you like a whole list of options to choose from.
Yeah.
But this is more like
Give you
tailored.
direct answer.
Yeah, it's tailored to
Yeah.
exactly what you're looking
Yeah,
for.
bro.
And that to me is just crazy.
It's crazy, too much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it makes me think, right? Since it's so mind-blowing, it's crazy, it's amazing, as you say. Are we ready for like such technology? Are we ready for such a huge shift in what we know to what we are currently experiencing? What do you think?
Yeah,
I mean-
I think everyone is ready for that.
Think so?
I think so. If everyone was not ready for that, how many users it got now? I think it's over.
In 5 days, it hit 1 million
1
users.
million.
Yeah, I
Imagine.
understand.
The fastest.
Yeah.
So that shows you with many people that are ready for that. And people that are tired using their mind. As well.
But I mean, with every new invention that has ever been there, it's really debatable whether people are ready or they are not ready.
Yeah.
But what I know is people are always adapt. We are just creatures of adaptation.
Once it's there.
Whether we're ready or not, and
Use it.
we have to use it.
Yeah.
We'll get used to it, and we'll make ways to make it adaptable in our professions and our
Right.
everyday lives.
I see.
There's a graph by Simon Sinek in the book, Start With Why. So he outlines, I think it's are you connected on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me quickly check it for you. I don't want to butcher it, but it's the...
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think as SK was saying that we always evolve, you know, but with such an evolution, you know, yeah, I feel like there's cracks that can actually show up in between it all, you know, because obviously it's not going to be accessible to everyone.
Of
You know, as I
course,
was
yes.
saying that eventually it's going to get licensed, and then only a select few can get their hands on it, you know. And then from there, it's like now you're obviously separating those that can't use it from those that, and then it's like an elite group that can use it, and
Elite.
then it sets people apart. You know, there's a divide, kind of a divide that's created from that.
Think about how, say, our parents, for example, like the modern smartphone, Joe, like they can barely use it.
Yeah.
Already complicated.
It's very complicated.
And for us, it's like, what are you finding complicated?
like,
Yeah, it's like
really
it's easy.
crazy.
And we grew up with it.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
like,
you know what I
1, 2,
mean?
3.
yeah.
But do you think many companies will be, as Nceba is saying, maybe will be licensed, right? So do you think maybe many companies will give their employees access to it, to use it?
I don't think it would matter whether they give access or not.
But
it's-
in terms, let's say they allow you to utilize it, they
Oh.
even license it as part of maybe a asset you can use.
yeah.
If it needs licensing.
Yes, if it needs licensing, and let's say a company will license it, then give you access to it.
I mean, yes, I think if a company would find it useful, then
Yeah.
why not? Because, say for instance, you're trying to reach a goal as a company, as a business.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter how you go about it. you
Yeah.
know, as long as it doesn't cross
long as
certain
it's legal.
ethical lines, because it's legal.
Yeah.
It's like a kid in school, right? Cool, like as long as you get the highest grade, doesn't matter how you got it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses, they are going to use it. They're going to make use of it.
Yeah, just like graphic designers started using Canva.
Yeah.
Canva,
Now
exactly.
it's convenient.
Yeah, now it's
Web
convenient.
designers started using
WordPress
page builders
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, one. So I think companies will adopt to it, and they'll pay licenses to work with them. And yeah, this is the table that I was talking about. It's called the Law of Diffusion of Innovation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by Simon Sinek. I'm not sure if he owns it or it's just a general graph. But at the beginning, 2.5% of people are innovators, right? The people who actually come with the thing.
The idea, yeah.
And actually execute it. And
Right.
then 13.5% are usually the early adopters. And then after that, there's 34% of people, which is the early majority. And then 34% is late majority. And then the last people who actually get on, when we can say, they hopped on the bus too late.
Yeah,
Those are the laggards. And it's only 16% of people. So I think now, when it comes to ChatGPT, we are on early adopters, which is 13.5% of the population that's currently using it. And when it's like mainstream and they've done their test runs and it's out there and people can use it, it's gonna be the early majority, which is gonna be 34% of the population. And I think that's where now it can be licensed and companies will start paying for
make
normal
use of it.
licenses if they decide to monetize it.
Yeah.
But the way it's too good, man. I think they will monetize it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think so.
Millions of money.
I think so.
They
But,
have to.
you know, another thing is, we might say Google is losing. But imagine the amount of data Google has from the beginning of time to now.
To now.
So Google could beat ChatGPT if they've been working on the side.
If they develop their own.
Yeah, if they develop their own,
AI.
they could beat it. Because it's still new and it's using information from up until 2021 for now as we speak in 2023.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have information from the previous year, 2022, and the information from this year that's available on the net. And most of the net is Google. So Google, I think, has a lot of data. I'm not sure what they are planning, but I don't think they didn't see this one coming though.
I think I think with ChatGPT, right, it's kind of like, you know, when the first iPhone was released, it's the tiny small thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it was so mind blowing, bro. Like, damn, okay, touch screen.
Yeah.
Back when the V360, E250 days, you know.
Yeah.
So I think the next versions of ChatGPT will be so much more. They'll offer so much more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it won't take much time, because if you look in history, like the time it takes from one technological revolution to the next, it's getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If it took maybe 20 years to go from the first computer to day-to-day desktops,
Yeah, which was exactly 20 years.
20
and
years.
then the internet, it's
and
10
then the
years.
internet is 10 years.
Yeah.
Then smartphones, it's less.
Yeah.
You can imagine with ChatGPT, maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, we're not in an era where could say things take long to change, right? In our parents' age, you could relax and say, okay, I'm gonna choose this profession and I'm gonna stick with it for the rest of my life. But now, with things like this, certain professions, they can be phased out very quickly.
Yeah.
Because of how things are changing.
Yeah.
Copywriting, copywriters are worried, graphic designers are worried, programmers are worried.
Everyone's worried.
Everyone's worried.
Everyone's worried.
Yeah.
And it's starting, look at it, it's starting from the high skill.
Yeah.
Think about it. People thought it would start at factories, but no, starting at the high skill level,
Yeah.
going all the way down. So it makes me think, right? What kind of society are we gonna be living in once the AI culture is like fully developed? Like we have now the smartphones, but with AI, what kind of society do you think we might be living in?
I think it definitely be like less human interaction, definitely for sure. Because I think when that whole concept of, is it Web
Web 3.
3.0?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the virtual reality and all of that stuff. Like how even shops, you walk into a McDonald's, there's self-service and all of that. You know, you don't have to stand in line anymore. So that takes away that human element, right?
You feel uncomfortable when someone,
Yeah,
can I help
not
you?
everyone actually does go to that self-service kiosk, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not familiar with it. But the younger people are like, nah, why stand in line when there's this kiosk here in self-service, you know? So it's like with every new generation, the old falls out, and then the new now starts to like take center stage, basically. You know, like even tills in like shops.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tills
you
are
know?
also
It's gonna be
it's gonna
self-service.
absolute
Yeah.
at some point, and then you just pass through your groceries there,
It's
do
already
everything
happening,
yourself.
Yeah, Amazon, its stores. I don't know if it was just a concept or it's something they already implemented. Amazon, basically, they have facial recognition around their stores.
Damn.
So the moment you enter into the store, it has your profile, and you take your trolley and you just go. The moment you take a product and you put it
calculates.
in the trolley, it automatically calculates, and it already has your information, your banking information,
shit.
and yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
when you're the money you have in
So
your
it's
bank
like you're
account,
basically shopping online, but like
Yeah.
literally. So when you do this, you literally add into your basket.
yeah, exactly, exactly. You don't have to take out your cash; it already has that information.
Because it's connected
It's
to
in the
you
net,
took your
yeah.
profile.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. China as well. I think they already have those type of things because they have this social rating thing where wherever you're walking on the street, when you litter, the cameras are watching you. They have your facial recognition, so your social points decrease.
It's like you're in a
So-
Sims game.
Yeah, it's like you're in a Sims game.
Yo,
yeah.
nah,
yeah.
that's
But when we
crazy.
get to a world
It's
like that, hey, it's
Damn.
really we're really gonna be contained inside a box.
I know Zara's also trying to move to like a digital platform. So they're brick and mortar type of stores. I think they're trying to move away from that.
Yeah.
So I think retail will also just be a thing where it's just online. You know, you're shopping
Online,
online
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So Zara's basically that's their business model at the moment, to just go online and then do away with all these retail shops that they currently have, like in malls and stuff like that. So that is definitely the direction I think technology is taking us in.
Yeah.
You know, doing things online, digital, but all that data, that's the currency right there.
Yeah, that's the currency.
That's the currency right there.
Damn.
And
So
it's crazy.
So basically, it's like we'll be living in an age where there's convenience at the cost of human experience.
Yeah.
It's like you exchange your human experience for convenience. Because I can imagine maybe 10 years, 10 years is too far, 5 years. You wake up, put on your headsets, play a 3-hour podcast, play Empty Street, go to the store, you order your things like Amazon. No one's bothering you. You know?
Yeah.
It's just you.
You don't even have to do the mental math because
Yeah.
like you see in
Yeah.
there, okay, $500, okay. You're listening to your podcast, get to the till, you pay. You don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
You go back to your place, open the door, switch on your Netflix. You still haven't spoken to anyone yet. You know what I mean? Then you work your remote job, probably.
Remote
Hey,
job.
you
You don't
remote
attend
job.
physical meetings. You just put on your VR glasses.
Dude.
Meta.
Meta.
Yeah.
Meta.
Put your VR glasses. You attend
Join
your
a
meeting,
virtual world.
and yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
even
gonna
when
be a
it's
crazy
going
world.
to Gold Reef City right now. You don't go to Gold Reef City and actually meet people. It's like you put on your VR glasses, you sit in your chair that will simulate
And you're just doing
that
this.
movement, and then you just do this.
Ah,
You want
see,
to
that's
fall
why I was like,
asleep,
less human
and then you go
interaction,
sleep.
Mm.
You don't even think about the task that you have to do. ChatGPT is there, and it's way advanced now.
It's
and
way
you
more
just-
advanced.
Yeah, but we can really predict those things so far. Like movies like Back to the Future try to predict the future, but we can only predict it
So much.
with
To a certain level.
to a certain extent,
But
and then
like based on what you were also saying, in terms of like just being in your own world, doing all of these things without
Yeah.
having spoken to anyone, I think it's going to create a very lonely society where people, it's like you can't
Yeah.
even engage in like a normal conversation.
where
with
now
anyone.
you'll have to pay to actually speak to a
Yeah,
normal
it's
human
not
being.
like what
You
they
get
do.
fined if
What
you
is
just
it?
go
I think
outside.
I forgot what kind of therapy it is, but you pay someone just to come and hug you and like
Yeah.
just be there for you,
Yeah.
dog. You know those kind of things.
The companionship.
Yeah, that companionship. So it's like those are gonna be actually products or services that you actually buy.
Damn.
Yesterday, Mizola, I saw this other lady. She was busy videoing herself. I think her friend had stepped
Went
out to
to
the
the
bathroom,
bathroom and,
and
yeah,
she
she
was
was
just on her phone, busy, just dancing all alone. But she's not dancing to herself. She's dancing to
the camera.
the camera.
To the camera.
You know, and she she's being at it, dog. Yo, she was at it almost
Yeah, I
for
was watching her.
dog.
I
Yo,
was
she was at
watching
it
her
for a
as well.
longest time. She was at it for a longest time.
Okay, so with social media, I can imagine AI. You see how people always are vlogging now, but then they still need someone to take certain types of shots.
Yeah.
So imagine AI so advanced that you just request it. Okay, I'm walking to the shop now. I want you to take a 10-second video of me picking this product up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna create a very strange
Yo,
society.
hey,
It's
Now
just
that
a
you
matter of
mention
time
it.
before drones you can actually
Program.
like the robotic cameras.
Program.
The robotic cameras you program them, their
Yeah.
movements and where it's supposed to be. Where now you just stand there and look at it or do whatever you want to do. It's just a matter of time before they implement that in drones, where you animate your drone to move from this this point to this point and to spin or
Yeah.
pan in a certain way. And you ask ChatGPT on what's the most effective move to capture people's attention, and it's gonna give you that your camera should move this
This
certain way.
angle.
Yeah, and your lighting should look like this to capture people's attention in a certain way.
Imagine-
So it's getting crazy, bro.
Imagine
Just like the
since you-
video to Medelayon,
Yeah.
where they were making a short film based off ChatGPT, and ChatGPT actually gives you the script, the short list on how
Everything.
it should be shot, and directs the entire thing.
Generations gone. Boom. You win.
God.
You can even say, direct this movie. Give me some instructions on how I can direct your movie in the Steven Spielberg style, and it's gonna give you.
It's gonna give you a whole Pulp Fiction there.
Yeah, it's gonna create an insane society, bro.
It's gonna be dangerous because you won't know genuine information now. There's things like deep fake.
Deep fake.
So basically, if ever I'm saying, hey,
Exactly.
write me a script because your digital footprint is already there. Write me, and you've been recording this podcast, so it definitely knows your voice. It has
Facial
the video
recognition.
knows how you move your facial expressions, and I'm saying, it knows your humor. So now, write me a script to distract something, just something destructive, to say this in a style of Nceba Tabete, and it gives me the script. I just record the script, do a voice change via AI, and then do a deep fake.
Done.
I saw one of those.
That's it.
I saw a Jordan Peterson video, right, on YouTube. So Jordan Peterson was saying the reason why Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Messi is because after the World Cup, Messi was taking pictures with the cup and Cristiano went back to trading. I was like, what the fuck? Jordan Peterson watches football. And then I realized,
Nigga
no, wait. I looked at the movement of like the lips. I was like, man, this is
Not
fake.
it.
It's fake.
This is fake.
Shit.
So and that's just a joke for now.
Yeah.
But then imagine how
But yeah.
problematic it's gonna be
Yeah.
to fact check.
Yeah.
Because now you could say it still has a lot of Western data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here in Africa
Yeah.
it hasn't arrived.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it's going to arrive. Echo, if I can follow Ali for 1 week, I will capture certain things about him. I'll be able to mimic him.
Yeah.
So this thing learns 1,000,000 times faster. Doesn't need to sleep. Doesn't need to eat.
Constantly learning.
It doesn't need motivation. It doesn't need to make its parents proud.
Hey,
You know what I
But
mean?
humans are very smart, dog.
Yeah. They
I
are.
don't know where we get these ideas to invent these type of things, but it's just amazing, man, that we can come up with this type of things. It's very impressive.
It also boils down to the conversation we once had about how we are so creative and yet destructive. You know, because all of these things are creative, but
Yes.
they wanna destroy so many
Exactly.
things in the making too, dog.
Exactly.
You know, because like the whole deepfake thing, obviously, if now you can't tell that this is actually fake, and you're thinking the president is talking some other shit, you know, saying the world's gonna end, what, throwing all these kind of things that scares everyone, right? And then turns out, it's actually fake. But now the world has seen that video, and they couldn't even break it down that it was fake.
Destruction.
That's destruction, you know. This whole ChatGPT, people are now in fear of their jobs, you know. But we don't know what its initial intention was when created. You
yes,
know,
true.
it probably was just the simplest of things. But because humans are so inquisitive and they always want to know even beyond.
Yes, and we have dark impulses. don't
Exactly.
forget.
Everyone does, you know. So
does.
you feed that dark side of yourself, and then next thing, someone else is out of a gig now, you know.
It's like say in the 80s when people thought of the future. I think the predictions we're making now, most of them, they're going to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, people thought, 2020,
Cars are flying.
flying
man.
cars. But we have memes, bro.
Yeah.
We have memes. We have
Nothing
TikToks,
close. Nothing close.
We have deep fake. So it's probably going to take a whole different direction to
Yeah.
what we are predicting right now. But then to bring it back, I think we should think about how we can benefit from it in a very practical sense. Like, a lot of us want to make money. How can it make you money? I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
How can this thing make me money? You know?
How do you think it can make you money, fam?
As maybe most cities can danger skills with Shaifu photograph or a videograph. I know I can go there, tell my idea on how to direct that, then from there improve the skill, then I do everything, then from there you monetize that, you make money. You understand? A lot of people even from photograph, with more few type with what is it that you have to look at? Maybe they say photo shoot. ama-angle kumele check the settings and all of that. So you can't go everything. So you get to learn, upgrade the skills. Then from there, you're making money. You understand?
And there's other AI tools like that are integrated into OpenSea.
Yeah.
Or OpenAI. It's OpenAI.
It's OpenAI, yeah.
I'm confusing it. OpenSea. So you can. OpenSea is the one to sell NFTs. Yeah. So I was confusing it with that one. So Midjourney is connected to OpenAI, where you can ask it. You can describe a picture that it should paint you, and then it comes up with that picture, and it's a realistic picture.
Yeah.
You can use it for us as graphic designers. It's like, oh, okay, I don't have to go on Illustrator now and do things from scratch.
Yeah.
I don't have to go on Photoshop and start things from scratch, manipulate certain images. I don't have to take my camera now and go to the streets and pay a model for me to
stand
get
there.
that certain picture. I can go to Midjourney and say, hey, look, give me a picture like this. With a person who's wearing things like this, like this, with the information that I got from ChatGPT on what's gonna be effective, and makes things easy. And now I have a poster or I have an advert that's going to like be a bomb, basically. Capture people's attention, and I put my own personal style in it, and then kaboom, it's done. I don't even need to be thinking, hey, what ad copy can I put into it?
No.
I go to ChatGPT, write an ad copy that's going to be hilarious yet conversational, and I copy, paste, and then try to modify it there and there to put the personality of my brand. Boom, it's out there. Done.
So it's like you are, if you have a lot of ideas, you get to maximize.
So you get to work faster now. Companies, I think, won't need the amount of manpower that they have right now. It's gonna be reduced because they can achieve more.
Okay.
So instead of like 10 guys, they'll need just one guy who's super innovative, super productive.
Who's fluent in using these things.
Exactly, because I've noticed it's the people that will benefit from this the most is people that really know how to use it. Like there's a difference between asking it, hi, ChatGPT, can you please give me a business model that'll make me 10 million rand a year? It's gonna generalize it so much.
Yeah.
Right?
So you have to now boil it back to specifics.
Specifics.
That's where it comes with it. You should know how to use it. You should know how it works, so that you can know how to ask it, so that it gives you the type of information that's going to
Mara
make you
yashiwo
achieve your goals.
endele Jack Ma.
Jack Ma,
Yeah, Jack Ma. Interview conference or the conference. Yeah. Then he once said AI is going to take over. But we as human beings, we can still win.
We
can still win only if you can understand something that an AI can never do, which is the human element. If you can make sure that we master that, then that's what we bring to the business. They can build whatever, but we will still exist and we still keep on winning. But if we lose the human element, then we're done.
And I think it's possible because, I mean, right now, it's like it doesn't know what it's saying. You ask it questions, it's drawing from information.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It can't create new information yet. That's the advantage we have. SK, you can think of an idea that's so brilliant, right? But once it's out there and the AI sees it, it's going to capture it. So the only advantage we have over it now is the ideas that do not yet exist. Right? But then I think the people that can benefit from it right now are the people, I think it's like this with every technological revolution. When the internet came, the people that benefited from it are those that were able to identify opportunity, right? Because there's always those that are going to say, what's this? And those that are going to say,
to
I want to
identify
invest.
opportunity, you have to live on the ground.
Exactly.
You have to be here and see what's lacking. AI is just there.
Exactly.
So it's not
exactly.
here.
It's
so
not here
it's
yet.
only you who can identify the opportunities and people's pain points and then you use it's basically a tool.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's like you're in surgery, right? And then you see a surgeon, two surgeons. One has these. Huh? Oh, one has these old ass tools, Joe, from 1800s. Oh, this thing is rust. He's gonna put it in my stomach.
It's not sterilized yet.
It's not sterilized. And then another one has these more advanced tools, right? They can detect your heart rate. They can see your blood flow. They can do a lot more. I mean, you're obviously gonna trust the guy with the more advanced tools,
Yeah.
right? And rely on his skill to be able to use those advanced tools to have a smoother process, a smoother surgery. So with the tool so powerful, right? It's really this thing is so powerful. Like, it makes me question who's gonna control it, who's gonna regulate it, right?
Yeah.
Is it will it be a thing where it's kind of decentralized, or will the big corporations just come in and just take, like they always do, take
what's
control of
Microsoft
it?
Yeah, I think it always boils down to big corps always gunning for whatever's booming.
Right now.
Yeah, it's always been the case. Like what Google did to YouTube. You know, when YouTube looked like, okay, YouTube looks like it's
coming.
It's coming.
It's on the come up.
Acquire it.
They acquired it. You know, Facebook with all these social platforms, IG, your WhatsApp, acquired it. TikTok is still independent.
Nah, it's still
So
based in
it's still its own
Europe,
thing.
China.
And it's the most popular.
You know, so
TikTok. If we can talk about TikTok, but yeah.
yeah.
And as I was saying this morning about Blackroot, is it Blackroot or Blackroot? It's this big company that has stake in Amazon, that has stake in all the social media platforms,
Really?
that has stake in the Vanguard, in the
Netflix.
Vanguard. It has stake in Netflix.
Blackroot.
It has Blackroot.
I
Yeah.
think I've heard of it.
Like in each and every business that's impactful in the world right now,
Right.
they have a say in it. Your Pfizer's, like almost each and every big corporation, they have a say in
Not
it.
owned by a government.
Bro, I don't know who owns it.
That's some
it's
Illuminati
various
type
people.
shit.
Yeah, it's various people who owns it, and it's I don't know how many $1 trillion they are worth. Bro, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just crazy. So even with this open AI, yeah, maybe this kid Altman started it, ChatGPT. Okay, cool. And then Microsoft came and invested in him because they see the potential of this thing. And even Microsoft has their own AI that they've been improving throughout the
Cortana.
years. I don't know if you, who?
Cortana.
Yeah, Cortana. I don't know if you remember when they launched Cortana,
Yes.
that they demonstrated Uchi Cortana can even book a pizza for you, and it sounds like a human being.
sounds
So it's like a concierge type of thing.
It's like a
Concierge, like a
Yes.
thing that can do things for you.
yeah.
And it sounds like a human
same as
being.
Jarvis. That's AI. So Microsoft, I think, has been busy underground with their AI
Obviously.
tools. Yeah, one. So they saw it relevant, which they should partner up with that guy, Altman. But still, I think that Blackroot will have a stake in them because they need finances to advance, and Blackroot specializes in funding and asset management.
So it's like Blackroot is the one above all.
Yeah.
Then the Microsoft, obviously.
Then your Microsoft, your Netflix, your
everything else.
Facebooks, but they do have control on
What happened?
the direction of those companies.
You know, I once saw and it's like it class, ne? Iso. When I'm at clinic, they'll check maybe EPP, high blood, and all of that.
Yeah, near Microsoft.
No.
Oh, okay.
A clinic.
A clinic,
like,
yeah.
straight. Then we'll check us on get into that. We check on Mundo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Leah, Lavantana Benze, ilo. You may eat as man, you will take machine or in, but eat as so.
Attack scan.
Yeah, ungena already has
Shaya gone.
everything.
Scanner everything, then it gives you
It gives you the information, then
Oh.
you move.
shit.
So when is it
Nah,
fast
but
guys?
yeah,
People abantwana besikele.
Yo, think of that, Joe. No comfort, no
Because they normally
preparation.
tell you how you get your results in 24 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
done now.
now.
In real time.
Hey, in real time, if you're sick, you get to handle it now. You don't have to wait another day.
Yo.
Izinto zibe bad. If you check around during Monday, Tuesday, EQ, yasema-clinic, hospitals.
Ilang.
It's long.
Ilang, Joe.
Opportunities.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's long.
Opportunities.
But immediately when you pull government, you know, want to stake.
Obvious.
Want to stake, or going to relax.
The thing with the people who have the most money, right? They will always end up acquiring the most or getting a hold of the most innovative things. Because
Yeah.
actually, we all want money, bro.
Yeah.
I want money, you want money. Like, if someone, I don't care how brilliant your idea is, but if someone like shoves billions of dollars in your face, dude, you're gonna think about
tempted.
it.
Yeah.
Because you think, yo, mom, dad, yo, uncles.
Bro.
Yeah,
How many
Cape
lives is this money
Town.
going to change?
Bro.
yeah.
That's the thing. Joe.
Thinking
Think
of
of
being
everything
poor.
you've
Yeah.
ever desired,
Yeah.
ever since you were a kid, the dreams you've been sold, they're like, this cash could solve all those dreams, like would solve all those, would
In one go.
bring those dreams to life.
Right? So that's the human nature, human experience. And then now with this AI thing, right? How long before we can't control it anymore? How long before it knows what it's saying, you know? Because it can be dangerous if it knows what it's saying. That means it can manipulate information it's giving you.
Yeah.
So how long do you think we have?
Like
How much time do we have?
the
left?
example we made about Love, Death and Robots.
Love, Death, and
That
Robots.
I don't know, is it episode 2 or 3? Season 2.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first few
Yeah,
episodes.
Yeah.
That lady who
What was it, a Hoover machine or
it
something?
was a Hoover machine.
Hey, dude.
It
Hey,
packed
dog.
clothes.
Yeah, it did
and
everything.
then It yeah.
And then
It
it
just
switched
went
up.
against her.
Switched up.
So what do you think?
I think we don't have much time left. Not even in a bad way, right?
Time left for?
Before this thing now
Takes
it's
over.
Takes over.
independent, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a quote that I heard. I was watching a Joe Rogan interview. This one guy said, "The moment AI becomes independent, that's the last thing we'll ever have to invent.
Yeah.
Ever. That you can just chill, just relax. Because now, since it learns way faster than you know, and it's independent now, doesn't need you anymore.
Yeah, once AI thinks independently, I think that's where the problem is gonna start. Because now, for now, it's using information that's already there.
It's
So
already
it's not
there.
as independent for now.
It doesn't know what it's saying yet. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's not conscious of what it's saying.
It's not conscious. But the moment we get an AI that has its first independent idea, then I could say one of two things could happen, right? Our civilization could advance so much, right, through the help of this AI, or it could be destroyed. Because the thing with something like AI is different from, say, I'm saying, Echo, Nceba, can you please, bro, I'm not feeling well. Can you go to McDonald's and get me a Big Mac, right? And say there's a roadblock there, or it's raining. You have so many reasons to say, Antana,
Can't do that.
I can't, you know? But with AI, it focuses on objective,
Yeah.
Completing it.
completing it,
And it will take each and every shortcut.
each and every shortcut, Joe. So once it reaches a state of independence, and it's obviously going to be way smarter than us. Like,
Then
for
it says,
example,
nah,
You know,
yeah,
chat,
yeah, that's crazy because another episode, I think it's on season 1 of Love, Death and Robots.
Uh-huh.
I think the episode was titled "The Day the Yogurt Took Over." I don't know if you watched
what was
that.
the title?
The Day the Yogurt Took Over. I don't know if you watched the
The
yogurt.
yogurt
Okay.
took over. What was happening?
So what happens is There's a scientist in the lab trying to cook up some new recipe of a yogurt. And then tries to cook it up and then he thinks that fails. So he takes the yogurt, goes home with it. So while it's in the fridge, starts now advancing.
Oh yeah, he has a family.
Advances.
You're staying alone.
Yeah, he was staying
You're
alone.
staying alone, yeah.
Advances. Next thing, when he opens the fridge, takes it out, hoists some cereal in it, it starts now talking. And now it's feeding him like information. It's like, yo, take me to the President of the United States. Oh, I've got some shit to tell it, whatever.
I remember that episode, yeah.
They put it in front of the board, really, it's a round table and everything. Everyone's laughing at this thing.
They're not taking it serious.
Yeah, they're not taking it serious. And then they're like, okay, I think they wanted Ohio. The yogurt is like, give me Ohio. Yeah,
the state.
And from Ohio, it built its own state. Yeah, but in Ohio, it is looking nice. And then everywhere else was seeing shit. And then after that, tells the president, yo, such and such is gonna happen. The president doesn't listen now. Next thing, economy crashes. There's no money, there's nothing. But when you look at Ohio, it's nice, dog. People are cycling, dog. It's like you're in Santon or something. So now when I think about that episode, I think that yogurt was the AI.
Yeah.
That yogurt was the AI.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're going to be starting to consult the
the
AI,
AI.
for
It's
our
ChatGPT.
matters.
That yogurt was
yeah.
ChatGPT.
Basically, even with our health, because I explored the ChatGPT a lot. Like even with health-related stuff, I'm like, okay, maybe now we don't need health instructors or dietitians, and nutritionists. Maybe we don't need them because now you can go to AI. Tell
This is
tell
my blood
it
type,
its
this
weight,
is what-
blood type, your height.
What should I be eating?
Yeah, basically it gives you, and you tell you even go to extents of telling it your the area that you are in, the highest degrees of temperatures that you live in because they affect your health and so. Like you can get as specific as you can, and it will give you detailed information.
Yo, I wanna about what you said about the episode. So it's like the AI was its own independent state.
Yeah.
And it was thriving.
It was striving, dog.
It was thriving. Okay, so you see how people treat their pets.
Yeah.
Like they treat their pets like royalty.
Yeah.
They feed them, they wash them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if AI surpasses us, and we align with its goals, then everything is good. But then if we don't, it's a problem because it'll be seeing beyond us now, right? So imagine you are trying to build something in your yard, and then there's a small ant colony somewhere, or there's a rat problem somewhere. We're gonna take care of it quick, like it's nothing. That's the thing. So if we don't align with its goals, it's gonna view it like that. Okay, I'm eliminating this problem because it doesn't align with my goals. I don't hate you, I don't love you. You just don't align with what I'm trying to achieve. But I think in terms of it getting out of control to that extent, we still have some time. But when it comes to something like ChatGPT, it becoming more advanced, it's not going to take too long. Maybe like in a period of 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So
I give it 2 years.
in 2 years, right? So now, when this takes over, because 2 years, Joe, like it's not long, Joe. Like January's done. Felt like started yesterday. So 2 years it'll be here and gone. So how do you think it's gonna affect things like we spoke about work? It's gonna be in companies, but what about like relationships? What about the way we consume information? That one is very interesting.
See, when I'm saying with ChatGPT is just too good to be true, I'm saying that it's a conclusion I've made after testing each and every aspect of ChatGPT.
I see.
For instance, not every aspect.
But
let me be honest.
You tried to
Not
exhaust
Yeah,
it.
like I tried a lot of things in different fields. My field, other people's fields, and everything that we deal with in each and every day, in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
So there's an email I received from this other company. I just copied the email as it is, and then went to ChatGPT and said, write me a reply to the following email.
No way.
And my reply, this is how I feel about this email.
Oh,
so give me a
shit.
response of that, and then colon, then I put the email.
Oh.
And it gave me a reply, copied the email as it is, pasted it, and then only changed the name of who the email was going to.
shit.
And then that was it.
And did the person respond?
They responded.
And they noticed anything?
No, it was me.
Oh.
It was
I think you're gonna be one of the people that take advantage. Okay.
Same as relationships. Same as relationships.
Yeah. Writing on
Valentine's is coming.
Yeah.
Where's your boyfriend?
You just generate. Yeah, let's put Valentine's aside, but morning text, texts that are going to make her feel special or make him feel special. You just generate those texts. ChatGPT, write me 30 texts that I can send every morning to my girlfriend or to my boyfriend. And you kind of describe the girlfriend or the boyfriend. It gives you all of them. You copy, you paste. You download a message scheduler on your phone, or you download, or if you have these WhatsApp, which people are against, you schedule your messages like in 1 hour, and it has saved you 2 hours that you would have spent having a conversation and trying to construct the good morning text each and every morning. Done.
It's no longer coming from the heart.
Hey, cheating is about to
Chatbots.
become efficient.
Chatbots. You see, chatbots. It's basically that. Chatbots. If the person says this,
Say that.
or in their response, there's these words, reply this way. If there's these words, reply this way.
This way.
So now,
automation.
like the emotion
Automation.
element of
Yeah.
a relationship will now fall away.
Yeah.
You know, because
The
now,
experience.
yeah, the experience
What
of
you were
actually
talking about. The
because-
human experience.
Because
Convenience
now
for experience
you're not
now.
really digging deep to actually make this person feel special
Effort,
anymore.
yeah.
You're not putting in any effort.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
the more you do it, the more you lose it.
yeah, you want to
Yeah, yeah.
lose it,
Yeah.
like altogether.
Detachment.
Man. You want to lose touch
Detachment.
with just being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is just taking from this and pasting there. When do you actually have time to, like,
Invest
yeah,
yourself
into that
emotionally,
relationship
yeah.
emotionally?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I think we are gonna be that generation. Now our generation, we're gonna be telling our kids, I used to go out.
Hey, dude.
You don't go out anymore. I used to go out and
And their
see
first
people.
dates, they just put goggles. They are
Hey,
in
I'm going on a
table.
date. Ungeni camera. Yeah. Goggles on. On a date.
Nalo umuntu udla pizza yakhe
Ah,
or whatever meal, and you've actually ordered a meal for the girl because I need
Oh
to
shit!
guys pay
But
for
then
lunch.
that would be crazy because then that means like there wouldn't be any sexual contact then. Like,
No, no.
everyone would be abstaining.
Have you seen the
No
movie
kids.
Demolition
Yeah.
Man?
Oh yeah. Did they
Sylvester
make one or just two?
Yeah, Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone. Iwan.
There's just one, huh?
You are.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, Sylvester
Seen
Stallone.
it.
Now,
You've never
Yeah,
seen
oh.
Demolition Man?
The name is familiar. I don't know if I know it from a game or what.
Yeah, there's a prison. Who was the prisoner? It was
Wesley.
Wesley Snipes, no?
Wesley Snipes
was the
The
prisoner.
time he was like the man.
Yeah, when you're still big.
The
and
Blade
shit.
years.
Oh damn! But we'll get to that. So I want to talk about how it's gonna affect dopamine, right? AI. It's studying everything. Get what I mean? So now we already have a problem with being on our phone too much.
Social media.
You can scroll for 3 hours. So imagine if this thing has so much information that it can get you hooked and wired 24/7. Echo. Imagine the perfect porn star. Imagine the perfect porn star that you'll never get off your phone, dude. You will never. It's gonna mess you up so bad because
Worst case scenario, they create dolls that are gonna be alive.
dolls that are gonna be alive.
Dolls that are gonna have a body temperature
Tailored to your needs.
Tailored
tailored
to
to your needs.
You just upload like my settings. if
See,
you
the
want.
porn industry is the one that's gonna be very dangerous when it comes to disconnecting people and taking away that sexual connection.
dude, it's already an issue now.
It's already an issue now. Screens.
15 years ago, it was hard to access.
Yeah, because it was just magazines, your Playboy mags
Yeah,
and all of that.
Yeah.
And those were
internet
hard
connection.
to get.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if it's
Not everyone had
29 rand, it buys you 30 megabytes in 2006. Like, yeah, you don't have much
Bandwidth,
time.
yeah.
But now, yo, dude, $500, like unlimited internet, 250. There's rain. You can be hooked 24/7. So imagine with AI. Now, this thing, it understands you. I think people, they might be dating these things because it allows you. It doesn't challenge you. It
Yeah.
allows you to be you. You like shouting, it's fine. It takes you.
Yeah, it'll take it. It'll take it, eh?
It'll
And
take
it will
you.
empathize with you.
It sympathizes with you. It feeds your
Sympathize
ego.
or empathize. What's the difference between the two, though?
Sympathy is
Sympathize
when you
for
kind of
someone's
feel
pain.
sorry for a
Empathy
person.
is
To
more
empathize
like
is to understand
emotional.
what they're kind of going
Going
through.
through.
Okay.
Right? And not that it would be feeling it. It would be simulating empathy.
Yeah. It will be simulating it.
See,
Yeah.
You see how deceiving it can
And
get
we'll
now.
believe it. And people are gonna get
Obviously,
attached.
because you're going through shit like, nah,
People are
this
going
thing
to
is
get
actually
attached.
it's understanding me. Got that next.
And then we're gonna get to a point where now we can still rebel against it because we come from a generation where we don't do that. Go out, you see your girl, you go out, you see your friends, you know what's real or not. But say you have a kid,
The kid
Right.
who's going to grow up in that
a
generation.
kid that's
where
growing up in
it's-
this
it's
generation
kind
where
of
this
normal.
thing is kind of normal. They don't know that, Joe. Like when my parents, for example, they tell me how they used to be in the street 7 hours. I'm like, 7 hours? What are you doing in the street for 7 hours? I don't understand. So future generations, they also won't understand.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be very problematic. It's gonna be normal to be like disconnected,
Yeah.
right? So I think it's gonna create a very interesting society, and I think it's gonna be two sides: the people that
Yeah.
absolutely integrate, and the people that
Who are
don't.
against.
That don't, yeah.
I hear this is a non-AI society.
Yeah.
We want human-written books.
Yeah.
One human-written songs.
Dog, I wrote a book with that thing.
Dude, come on,
I wrote a book, dog.
bro.
But I'm
book.
concerned about education, though. Will varsities still be relevant? They'll only be relevant for that certificate. That certificate
now,
will be relevant now because most companies don't care about where you land your stuff or what degree you have. The only thing they care about is your portfolio. Is the
So-
body of work that you've done.
I think that's more common in the tech industry, but then in other industries, like they prefer brick and mortar type setup. Like a lot of so about Mzansi Joe, like in certain occupations, if you don't have a qualification, they don't care, dude. They want to see that paper, Joe.
Yeah.
Like okay, they want to see it. In tech, if you can do it.
In tech, yeah, if you can do it. Okay, yeah, you're right.
In tech,
You're
if you can
right.
do it, you can show that you can do it, they accept you.
Then you're good.
And I think when it comes to school and learning, it's a thing of it's gonna be a question: do you genuinely want to learn?
Because YouTube now, people are like, YouTube is the ultimate university.
It's a university. It's a university.
Yeah, one. So,
So imagine YouTube enhanced by AI. Like it's telling you, because you don't have to search. With YouTube, you still have to search. Okay, say you want to learn about Java Basic. And then there's a 3-hour video of an Indian guy explaining crash course.
crash course.
But now
Crash course.
there's non-code tools,
Yeah.
and they will improve with AI.
The page builders, which you're just gonna say, you're not gonna drag and drop now and have to type yourself. You're going to be like, hey, do this for me, do that for me, and then you just edit there and there, and then that's
Done.
it.
We're gonna have a do this for me, do that for me culture.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now this thing, once it reaches a state of super intelligence, right? Is there any knowledge that's gonna be sacred? I think so. You know why? Because we're Africans, right?
Yeah.
For us.
African culture. You know what I mean? We have African healers, we have African scientists.
Yeah.
Even though maybe it's not as widely recognized, but I think more people are adapting to it and recognizing this as a science. So we do science, my niggas. Like, you know, so I think maybe that knowledge will be sacred. Because even we don't understand how it works unless you have that gift.
Yeah, it's not like documented anyway, where it's like, okay, this is basically the ones and twos of how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And you see, for us in African cultures and other cultures as well, but most of, or let me just say, some of the lessons that we've learned is we've learned them through story. So
Through
from
story, yes.
generation to
Yeah,
generation,
it's passed down.
It's passed down through story. So AI cannot do that.
And also, but it will be interesting. You never know, because it's only AI you twice, actually.
Let's wrap up.
It's only AI if you twice.
That would be crazy.
Yo, so consult AI.
But
bro.
things like
Togoza Gogo
I
AI.
haven't checked it. Yes, I should check it. There's this knowledge about the maritime admiralty law.
Okay.
Do you guys know it?
No.
It's the law of the sea.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
The law of the sea. So I'm very interested about whether ChatGPT knows about it, because that's sacred knowledge.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's
There's a
sacred
lot of
knowledge.
unknown stuff.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
trying to see.
The knowledge about alchemy, knowledge about the Hamites, the Kabylion, knowledge about the Anunnaki. So those are the things that I do have some knowledge about, but I'm wondering, Wuti, it's sacred knowledge, but I'm wondering, Wuti, they'll know it. As I was mentioning about the Akashic records,
Yes,
you can tap into a certain
Dimension.
and be able to acquire information that you wouldn't possibly know as a human being. So things like that, I'm curious about those, whether AI would be able to tap into those.
I think even if it becomes fully conscious, I don't think it will be fully, because humans are special. Though.
Nah, it's not a human, after all.
It's not human. Humans
Though
are
it
very
was done
special.
by humans, but yeah.
Like even if you look at in creation, humans have a very special position in creation, right? There's something that separates us over all animals. Even our closest genetic relative is still far from what we are capable of, right?
Yeah.
Humans have spirituality.
Twins are far from each other. They are very
Dude,
different.
they're very different.
Yeah.
And with the relatives, I was talking about species. Since they like to say chimpanzees are the closest relatives to humans, but they're still far.
Oh yeah.
We're still far more superior, right? And humans are like,
We're on probably 58 now. Should
Probably
probably
58.
wrap up, yeah.
oh shit.
Okay, yeah, we can try to wrap up, because you also wanted us to speak about the Matrix,
yes.
ne?
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes.
let's go on and
Okay.
just,
So do you think the movies we've been watching have been predicting the future?
definitely. Some movies were
Skynet.
yeah, some movies right now, it's like we come to a realization that they're not just movies, but they're reality documentaries. Look at, like I was looking as a kid when I was watching Limitless.
Ish.
And today, what do
Yes.
we have? We have aminotropics, pills that you can take to
Tap into
to activate your brain power.
I'd like to try that.
So they are here. Young Todd.
Yeah, man, I think they do kind of tell you how the future might or end up looking, you know?
Yeah.
I Am Legend also.
Yeah.
Like post-apocalyptic type of eras where there's just no one left, you know? And it's just you and your dog. Unfortunately, it was just him and the dog in that sense. But
Yeah.
just a world where now we cannibals, you know? Because we fighting to survive.
Yeah.
Uti, you can't go in that street.
And we are very capable of Cannibalism.
Yeah, we are.
Hey,
Definitely.
Because we want to survive.
If push comes to shove, dog, I'm chowing you. Dog. I'm chowing you. Yeah, also, it's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to live in a world where that shit exists. Dog.
Nah, fam.
You know?
Nah, fam.
Worst case scenario, at least flying cars, yeah. But I won't even be alive for that, guys.
Yeah.
I won't, dog. 'Cause you're gonna have to create new routes.
Yeah,
It's not just gonna be all flying
it's
cars.
gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess, though, because you still need cars on the ground and a whole new road. That's
And now, when there's a new road there, we are blocking what's coming like naturally from
From
up
the
there to
top.
here.
There's-
We
so
are
there's-
blocking that.
Yeah.
Now imagine that whole cloud. Probably won't be any cloud of like emission or anything, because it'll be electric, I'm sure.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know.
Yeah.
But in one way or another, we probably still want to be polluting the air in some
Obviously,
way.
yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So back to the whole creation destruction thing. It's like we're creating, and yet we're gonna end up destroying ourselves in the making.
Damn, like how greedy can we get? Like walk, maybe
Just go back to walking.
horses.
Yo,
You know, I watched a video about some lady who said the Terminator is a prequel to the Matrix. Right?
Oh, yeah, the black lady.
That black lady.
Yeah.
I think she has a point, because okay, Skynet, something like Skynet is very possible.
Yeah.
Right? And something like Skynet developed over a century can look like the things you see in the Matrix, the Sentinels, right?
Yeah.
So the Matrix, it's culturally important. It fucked
Very.
people up in the 2000s. I wish I was
Very.
old enough to witness that,
now.
but I witnessed it later. So they say we live in a Matrix a lot, right? Do you think there's still time to escape the kind of Matrix we live in?
Caught up in now.
Can you try to explain what the Matrix means?
So, the Matrix, right, in the movie is defined as the source, right? But then in modern culture and society, people define it as being stuck in the system,
System.
trying to escape the Matrix. You know,
Simulation.
it's simulation. Can be financial, dependent on bank systems. It can be social, right? It can be a social matrix that you're
yeah.
stuck in.
Can be the
So-
law.
Can be the law.
Yeah.
Right? So it can be viewed in different ways. And an example of a society that may exist outside of the matrix is something like Orania. Do you guys know Orania?
Yeah.
They have their own currency.
Yeah, they live in their own world. You know?
Like
Yeah.
they separated themselves, right? So do you think it will be too late to escape the matrix in the context of what we just defined? And would it be a bad thing if we live in a AI controlled matrix? Because it doesn't have emotion, you know. It's not gonna 500 billion is not gonna disappear from an
Yeah.
AI run system.
Basically,
it's not
what
greedy.
they wanted to achieve with
Greedy.
Yeah, AI won't be
decentralization.
greedy with the cash.
Yeah.
Though. It's gonna make things. It's gonna get things
It's gonna
done.
be logical.
Yeah, it's gonna get things done.
Yeah.
Because now, dog, look at what our politicians are doing. Dog. You know what needs to get done, but you wanna just serve yourself first.
Yes.
Pour a whole lot of cash into your pocket, and then with whatever's left, do as much as you can do with it.
As
Yeah.
possible.
So if there's a whole road of potholes and you have cash, you're gonna put money aside and then do maybe the first street of potholes. Then my job is done.
Yeah. So basically, they taking 80% and giving
Yeah,
out
in
20%.
December they had this whole, they were advertising it on radio, TV, Operation Valazonke. I don't know if you guys jumped.
It already sounds whack.
No,
Dude,
it's
Operation Valazonke. So it was a whole
It's create new
pothole
roads,
project.
bro. It's create
Yeah,
new
well,
roads.
it was a project for closing potholes. But I still walk around and I'm like, but Ben Valan, dog. Ben Valan, and then like if you
Bevavale
see,
ikhwama zabo.
Bevavale ikhwama, dog, straight. Cause, and then they put up signs that if you see a pothole, call us. I'm like, really? How long is it gonna take for you to actually come through to the hood? So my guess is
Yes.
they do it in front of people's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they will be quick to come to Santon and patch up any road that has a pothole. But they're not gonna come to the hood and do the same thing as effective as they did
Yeah.
in the burbs.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, dude, you kind of selecting where you're getting shit done and how you're getting it done. You know, while serving yourself as well.
It's like that McDonald's example I made. Like you have a choice. You can either do it half-assed or do it fully.
Yeah.
So I think with a system like that's focused on efficiency, needs to get this thing done no matter what.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind living in such a society. Like,
So that's what they were doing with trying to achieve with decentralization, the entire concept of decentralizing
Exactly.
finance
finance.
and decentralizing also governance. So there's no specific people that we have to vote for, but
Who govern.
yeah,
Self-governed.
yeah, but the blockchain, everything is in the blockchain technology.
Everything is transparent.
Yeah, everything is transparent.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind living in such
I
a
think
system.
as long as it doesn't do me any harm, man, I think I'll be good now with an AI-led matrix.
As long as it does
Yeah, I
more
guess.
good than harm.
As long as they don't send a drone to your house because you didn't
that
pay
one
your
is obvious.
taxes.
Hey,
It's coming.
So, gents, to wrap this up, right? With the conversation we just had, do you think everyone should be aware of this, interested in this, knowing about this, and keeping up to date with it? Or is it still okay to keep a certain level of ignorance to it?
Now you need to, definitely need to be aware of it, because as we were just saying, trying to escape the system, sometimes you just need to be conscious of what is happening. You understand? Sometimes you may not saying it, I'm trying to escape the system, but you know about the system, you know the rules. You understand? You keep yourself there, but you know what's going on. Unlike just being ignorant to a point that you don't know anything and you don't know what's happening.
Yes.
You understand? We can live in South Africa. There's a lot of people living in South Africa. They don't know about South Africa. You
Don't be
understand?
that guy.
Yeah, I understand. They know about South Africa, but you live in a country where you know about South Africa.
Yeah,
You understand. But you live in it, you know about it. So
Yeah.
you live in a system, you know about the system. But if you feel like there's nothing you want to do, you just want to keep yourself in the system,
fine.
keep yourself in the system. It's fine. Don't fight it. You understand. But those who prefer to fight, let them be. And so there's nothing wrong because you choose element. When you choose a fighter, then let them. If you don't, then you just keep your cool.
Know enough to navigate whether you're for or against.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. So what do you think it means to get out of the system? How would individuals get out of the system?
For me, for me
unpacked from the
personally,
matrix.
For me personally, the most important thing to take care of first is your finances, right? Because it opens up a lot of doors, right? You can't build a solid network without having money to be in certain places, to fly to certain places, to buy certain things. Like there's a Bugatti club. Imagine who's in the Bugatti club. Oil trillionaires. You know, so I think fixing your finances first, for me, is the most important thing to escape the entire system. And then you'll
Yeah.
decide from there. It's the freedom that's important, the financial freedom. That's what I think.
That I would definitely agree with that, because I think we are plugged into the matrix because we want to earn a living. Like we want to survive. So
Want
we
to
have no
survive.
other choice but to be plugged in because we want to survive.
There's no other way.
So I definitely agree with that.
And I think
can
it's
also be a
once you
farmer.
take a bite of trying to survive,
Yeah.
you can't stop.
You can't.
You constantly biting.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
constantly biting. Next thing, you're getting wrapped up in credit. You're getting wrapped up in
Installments.
installments.
Yeah.
It's too hard to read. You know,
and
now
the
you
sense of just wanting
hey,
to buy.
want to buy more. That consumer habits.
Yeah.
That's also a part that kind of gets people trapped in
it.
being within the matrix. You know, the whole idea of no, I need this, but it's not really a need. It's like
Yeah.
a want. You know, you can live without outside of the margins of having to have a loft as your apartment, but because society has made that look like you have to.
You want it.
Now you want to strive to get that, so you want to get yourself into another gig, wrap yourself in more debts and all of those stuff, just so you can get that apartment that you've been longing for and all the stuff that come with it. You know, but in the long run, it's like, nah, dude. Next thing you sentence for life in the Matrix. And you can't really get out of it.
Yo, sentence.
It's a sentence.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So, the Matrix doesn't treat you as someone special.
No.
You're just like any other person. You get stuck in that cycle, you die. We hook your kid in.
Hey, next someone else.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, we plug your kid in. We plug the other person in while the bigger people
The minute they're
benefit.
born, dog. Like, look at the movie itself. That place where, I think it was where they unplugged them, right? When they got plugged in, it was when that whole place where it was like type of
They were
concubines.
pods.
Those pods where they were all just lying in there. You know, that's being outside of the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's at their rawest form.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then they step into it and then they look all nice and they're eating steak, but the steak is tasteless. It's like, yo, what the hell is this? You know?
Exactly.
So now that's your kid stuck in a pod waiting to get roped up into the Matrix and shit.
Yeah. And the Matrix can be.
Yeah, we said anything.
Huh?
I'm saying we already said it could be anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Could be anything.
From a religious or spiritual perspective as well.
And
So-
also, there was some characters in the movie, they wanted to stay in it.
Yeah.
I don't want this. You
Like,
guys,
nah,
you guys
dude,
are
I had
eating
a hard
shit, bro.
life.
Yeah.
Like, I had a hard life back then, dog. I think I'm on the
I think I'm cool,
I'm
yeah.
good.
Yo.
And people who are on the system, or who are on the Matrix, who are plugged in, will defend it.
Yeah.
Hey, dude,
They
with
will,
their
Agent
lives,
Smith.
bro.
Your Agent Smith, they will kill you if ever you question
You
the
step out of
system
line.
or you want to step out.
I
Then
think,
there's a lady in the red dress,
I think that's a good
whatever
topic
that
for.
means.
You can interpret it however, eh?
There's always a lady in the
could
red
be money
dress.
also.
Yeah,
True.
You can
Yeah.
interpret it however.
yeah.
Spending habits, the lady in the red dress. But all in all, I think AI, very wonderful thing, scary. You know?
Yeah,
But personally, as an opportunist, I like it,
I love it.
love it.
Love it. I'm excited.
But I think it is just dependent on how society evolves, because you can never predict how society evolves.
Yeah.
We've always been wrong about
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
And how people use it also.
So what I have to say is, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. You know, I'm excited to be a part of it.
Definitely, dog.
Yeah, that's all.
Definitely.
That's
I
all.
hope it's not gonna be another just trend like Bitcoin and pass.
Hell
Bitcoin went up, a lot of people got rich, and now it's back here, and no one is talking about
No
it.
one
This
is
is the
interested
real.
in
NFTs went up, people made billions, and then it came here, and no one is talking about it.
Nah,
So
this is
I'm
real.
hoping that it's going to progress.
stand the test of time.
Yeah, it will stand the test of time, like the internet has.
Yeah, like the internet.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
what-
man.
Like we
Anything
always
else?
say,
Nah.
Yeah. As we always say,
take
take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take care of your pockets.
This is
the Empty Street Podcast, and we signing out.